Why is it that the wealthy always find something to complain about, whereas somebody living in complete poverty can live a very happy, peaceful life, being content with what they have? I used to be very depressed as a child and a young adult. I didn't have a sense of belonging. I didn't know why I was here. I didn't know why I was suffering so much. But through a lot of research, I found out that the reason I've been able to have a more meaningful life and appreciate the things I have now is because of expectation management. When you have little, you don't expect much. When you have much, you expect much. Expectation management can help you have a better outlook on life, be more appreciative of what you have, increase your mood, and even get you that wonderful relationship with the person of your dreams. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying to lower your standards. I'm only saying to lower your expectations that those standards will be met. The National Institute of Mental Health says that 17.3 million adults suffer from major depressive attitudes, where they will stay in bed for 2 or 3 weeks at the least, not wanting to do anything, not wanting to shower, not wanting to see anybody. Now, depression can be caused by many things, but some of the things that do cause depression can be managed. In the United States, we think that life is supposed to be one big party and that we're supposed to be entertained 24/7. We're raised to think that we should be entertained all the time. So our expectation through how the media has played a role in our lives is that we're going to be entertained all the time. Now, a lot of times we go and seek entertainment, and a lot of times we're disappointed that we're not always entertained. And we want to have that party life and be famous and rich, but only 0.006% of people are famous. That's not a lot. And even being famous doesn't mean you're rich. It just means that you're well known. People would recognize you. Doesn't know how many people, but that you're recognizable as a figure. Another thing, if you have poor expectation management, that will happen is you'll remain in toxic relationships. You expect your partner to change. But that person who keeps telling you that you're not good enough, showing you that you're not good enough through their actions for them, they're not good enough for you. You don't stay in that toxic relationship. If your expectation is that they'll change for you, you should definitely change that expectation. Change that expectation to they are never going to change. Then you'll come to the realization that you need to get out of that. If you want to meet the person of your life partner, you should never stay in a toxic relationship because you wouldn't have the opportunity to meet the love of your life. Some major causes of depression are poor mood regulation, stress, and medical problems. Now, mood regulation is all about you, how you perceive what's going on around you. Stress also can be managed. Medical problems, sometimes not so much. But you can change how you view having medical problems. If you're in pain 24/7, you have arthritis, are you going to complain that you have arthritis, or realize that a lot of people have arthritis and they live with it, they cope with it, and they still find ways to live a meaningful life with arthritis? One of my good friends has ALS. He can't move a muscle and needs a machine to breathe. But he is one of the most funny, sarcastic, bright individuals you'll ever meet. He can type with his eyes on a computer. Technology is really cool. Now let's say you have a job where there's going to be a promotion, and you expect to get that promotion. That's your promotion. And then they give it to somebody else. What's the result of that expectation? Well, now you might be angry. You might be resentful towards your boss and your job. You might be jealous and resentful towards the person who got that promotion. Right? Let's say you change that expectation just a little bit. Change the expectation to you're going to be disappointed with who they choose for that promotion. And let's say, again, they choose somebody else. Well, the worst that happens in that scenario, yeah, you might still be a little bit disappointed, but you were right. Okay, that figures. Now let's say in that last scenario, though, where you're expecting it to be somebody disappointing, it's you. Now all of a sudden, things are more joyous about that promotion. You love your job. You can't believe that they saw what you were doing and believed that you needed that promotion. Let's say, do you have the expectation of that one Instagram video going viral? A lot of us don't. We hope so, because of that fame thing, the 15 minutes of fame. It's more like 10 seconds nowadays, though. But instead of having that expectation of anything going viral, if you do, what about just sharing things that you love? Sharing things that you appreciate, not being fake about it. If you remember, we had an assignment where there was a gentleman who put a picture of a video, put a video of a rainbow on the internet. And he went viral because he was just sharing something that made him happy. That's been the most successful way anybody's become famous through social media. Some people that have gotten famous just doing the things they love include Mr. Rogers, Ellen DeGeneres, and PewDiePie. Just doing what they love, sharing it with the world. In your relationships, when you come to that conclusion that that person will never change for you, and they're not likely to, that's the expectation. They're not likely to change for you. Through their actions, they show that. Well, now you have the opportunity to get into a better relationship. If you're in that toxic relationship, you'll never be able to get into another relationship. Let's say you're going to school, taking the bus every day. I know many of my cohorts take the bus to school every day, some from Juarez. What if some of your friends got together, or your family got together, or all of them got together and pitched in a bunch of money to buy a used car? It's not a Tesla. It's not a Maserati. It's a beat-up junk car. But it's a car. So now you have a way to drive yourself to and from school instead of the expectation that you would have to take the bus. Now all of a sudden you're more appreciative of a used car that's all beat up. Now, some of you may already have really good expectation management, which means you already love your life. You already have a great time. You're already very appreciative of all the little things, and that's wonderful. I hope you remain that way. But for those of you who don't, manage your expectations. Live your best life. Live a great, wonderful, expectation-free life. One of my favorite books, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. The caterpillar says to Alice, "To feel big and contented, look down more gratefully and up less longingly. And to feel small but ambitious, look down less gratefully, and up more longingly.